So Lloyd Phillips, who's the Good Party's mayoral candidate for the Johannesburg Metro, is no stranger to politics. In fact, he was a Patriotic Alliance councillor and served as the member of the late Joburg Mayor Geoff Makhobo's mayoral committee on economic development. This time he's back with a new party, though, with a promise to finish what he started in bringing housing to marginalised communities in Olifantsfontein. Lloyd Phillips joins us now via our video link for more on his plans. And Lloyd, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks very much indeed for making time. Let's address what perhaps might come up at first for many of the electorate. If you couldn't finish what you started when you were still with the Patriotic Alliance, why should people believe that you can finish what you started with the Good Party?
Thank you so much, Ayanda, and good morning to your viewers. Well, for those that are in the know, they would know that I was inexplicably recalled by my then party, which obviously meant that I had to vacate the portfolio that I was holding, basically causing a whole disruption to the plans that we had to deliver services to the residents of Johannesburg. So that was largely the reason for my extraction. But, you know, having been in the back end, I realized that, you know, we've had a struggle in the apartheid era where, you know, there was a fight for democracy, this democracy that we enjoy today. And today we're facing another struggle, and that struggle is to fix our cities and towns, to fix our country. And that is something that I'm passionate about.
Right.
I'm really patriotic about our country, South Africa, and for me, I believe that the Good Party, especially with the support of good people, can create the disruption that is needed to bring about change in Johannesburg.
Lloyd, remind us as a start why you were recalled also from the Patriotic Alliance before we move on.
Well, as I've made mention that, you know, I was inexplicably removed. What I was officially told was that the party is growing and it is time for someone else to go in and represent the party within council. I was then promised a different role, a strategic role, which never materialized. You know, I just found myself being sidelined. And that's when I realized that I'm not even acknowledged, neither appreciated, and it was time for me to move on.
So had it not been for that experience, would you say you'd still be with the Patriotic Alliance?
Well, honestly speaking, I have no regrets, because when we go in with a mandate to fight what is there, and we know what is there. This morning, the Mail and Guardian reported 63 billion rands worth of corruption by 1-point-something billion worth of corruption by apologies for my figures, you know, but I know 63 officials are involved with zero consequence.
It was 3 billion rand and 63 officials.
3 billion. Yes, thanks for the correction there. 63 officials, no consequences whatsoever. What I experienced was that when it comes to throwing out the punches, you know, certain times I would be requested to pull back, and that is not how I ever envisaged to deal with corruption in the city of Johannesburg. Auntie Pat, the leader of the Good Party, has allowed for me to go in without pulling back any punches, and for me that is exactly how we're going to be dealing with corruption. Corruption steals from the poor, especially when we realize that we find ourselves with a great problem such as poverty and unemployment, and we need to deal with it. We need to take this bull by the hands, and we need to fight for justice and fight the good fight.
You were in council before in the city of Johannesburg under the late Geoff Makhobo. Take us through perhaps what you consider to have been your greatest achievement during that time.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yes, one of my biggest achievements was the fact that in the financial year 2019-2020, when I was NMC for Economic Development, for the first time ever since the establishment of the department, we achieved all of our departmental KPIs. These KPIs included investment attraction, EPWP figures, etc., which we all basically met and exceeded. Another feat that I'm quite proud of was the fact that I took steps to act against the 2 senior officials that were allegedly involved in the COVID-19 PPE scandal. shortly after I was removed. What I can also recall was the good job that we done during lockdown, the hard lockdown, lockdown level 5, where we received a directive from the Cocktail Ministry to roll out permits to informal traders. We had to be very cautious not to find ourselves in violation as well while rolling out. And it was such a huge success to the point where the MEC of safety in the province, MEC Faith Mazibuko, also referred other municipalities to come to the Department of Economic Development as an exercise of best practice to see how we have done that. Now, Ayanda, that is what I'm referring to when we talk about putting forward a good government. We have to be serious about setting targets and meeting those targets. And I've demonstrated my ability, to be able to do that, to really take service delivery seriously in the city of Johannesburg. Because for us, it's not about any party. It's about the residents of Johannesburg. And I mean, if you just look at Deep Kloof this morning with the highway, you will then realize that the residents are unhappy. And we cannot be sitting here slandering and mudslinging other parties while there's no plan to fix Joburg. So what we are saying is that the good party has a plan to fix Joburg, and we are calling on that silent majority, the good people of Johannesburg, to rise up and to really strap on their gloves and join me in fighting the good fight.
To what extent, Lloyd, do you think your history with another party may affect your buy-in with this one? And, I'm only, in some respects, hopping on this because I imagine that's probably topmost of mind for many people, considering whether or not you would be in this for the long haul, no matter what challenges come your way.
No, that's a good question, Ayana. You see, what causes us to move from one party to the other is the fact that these parties, their values change. I mean, I joined my then party for reasons revolving around patriotism, out of a love for my country, and really out of being South African. And as time went by, the values of the party changed. It became more of a colored nationalist party. And myself, being colored myself, I have black family, I have Indian family, I have white family married into the family, and that would make me just as racist, So I've got to protect my values. And if protecting my values means moving on from one party to another, and that is exactly what I will do, because at the end of the day, what we are looking for is ethical leadership. And that is why you would find the same, if I can make an analogy, the same thing in sport. People move more, players move around. For me, it's about the passion that drives me to serve the residents of Johannesburg. And I have that opportunity once again, and all I can hope for is that the good people of Joburg realizes that we are in the struggle, and that's not going to help us right now to look at water under the bridge. We need to move forward, and we need to move forward swiftly so that we can correct the injustices of the past.
Let's make sure that as we move, people are staying with us. So if I follow your logic then, Lloyd, there's nothing to say that you'll actually stay in the good party for a long time, because if the good party's values changes, you're out.
Well, I seriously doubt that, Diana. You see, I believe in Auntie Pat. She has proven to be a leader of note. She is the first whistleblower that the country knows or has, and her values has remained intact regardless of the challenges that she faced in her political career. And hence I bought into the good party, and because we share the same values. And any government that is underpinned by good values will definitely be a success. And we're talking about values such as truth, trust, justice, equity, sustainability, solidarity, and service. The kind of service where we serve and not where we are served. Yes.
All right. Lloyd Phillips, thanks very much indeed for your time. All the very best with your campaign drive. Lloyd Phillips is the mayoral candidate for the Good Party in the Joburg Metro. Once again, Lloyd, thanks very much indeed.